believe this ended like this. Way to ruin my video.
Way to go, Jocko. You could have saved someone's life.
So I saw this short on YouTube that I thought was really interesting and that we should take a look at it.
It takes a criminal about 7 seconds to decide whether you're a good victim or a bad victim. The non-victims, people that the perpetrators would look at and say, I probably wouldn't assault that person, they had something called organized quality.
Certain people can size people up when it comes to, I don't want to say predatory, but almost like if it's like there's going to be a fight. Kind of like how whenever I'm in the Muay Thai gym, I'm going to be sparring with someone new. As they're walking up to me before a light sparring session, I can kind of assess, does this person look confident in what they're doing, or are they feeling kind of out of their element? But as soon as he starts going to like this stride length, forceful dynamic and things like that, I think if you're watching this to pick up something about like, oh, I should do this so that I don't come off as like prey to someone, I think what's gonna happen is you're like running through these things in your mind when you're like walking out in like Main Street at night and you're like, stride length,
See?
forceful dynamic, and then now you're like overthinking it and then you're not moving naturally.
Because people can tell you when you're trying, right?
Exactly.
You're trying to force a gimmick. The reason I'm making this video is because I saw this short and I thought it was very interesting. For me, personally, because of my kids, right? And then they're getting to that age now where I have to have the talk with them and tell them, hey, the world's not always fair.
No.
Right? The world is actually dangerous. You got to be careful. And I think Jocko's he'll get into something here. We'll watch the full video, but I just wanted to kind of set it up with this short.
What do criminals look for? So we don't want to be prey, obviously.
Sure.
What do criminals look for? And there was a quote in there, serial killer Ted Bundy admitted in a personal interview in 1985 that he could tell a victim by the way she walked down the street, the tilt of her head, the manner in which she carried herself.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That makes sense because you're assessing someone's comfort levels in a situation. I normally don't walk around places where I could be prey. Best self-defense, by the way. Don't go places where you could be prey.
It scares me that there's people, by the way, that have these motivations in public, and you probably never notice.
He's observing the way she's walking and her posture, and that's how he's selecting his victims. Victim selection.
It does, yeah.
Research corroborates the reality that criminals do, in fact, look for or at least notice certain traits when selecting potential victims. While nothing excuses crime, knowledge is power in the sense that that there are things we can do to protect ourselves when we're out alone. That ties back from just this extreme end of the spectrum of, hey, we don't want to be a victim. These same postures, these same physical presentations that we make of ourselves, they apply everywhere. Look, and we'll get to it. So from a leadership perspective, how we carry ourselves, the body language that we have, the way we walk, actually also has an impact.
This is the part where I said it'll kind of tie back into how you were saying, right? We can't force it. We can't try to be something that we're probably not. I think the saying is like the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. It's not necessarily trying to do what he says, like stride length, confidence, but I think it's turning yourself into a person who those things would come naturally to them anyways.
Yes.
Right? Building your confidence. This is why I love martial arts and I'm happy I found martial arts in my life.
Do you walk like a victim? So they did this experiment.
Do you walk like a victim?
Hope not.
They had 126 men who had been tested on something called the dark TETRAD traits.
TETRAD. This is important.
Dark TETRAD. So TETRAD means a group of 4. Here's the 4 traits. Psychopathology, which means you are antisocial and you lack a conscience. And look, I'm not a psychologist, but that's the general meaning. Machiavellianism, which means how calculating are you? How manipulative are you? Narcissism, how self-obsessed and egotistical are you? And then
so I bought this bag for about $7.
Sponsor or subscribe to our channel so that maybe we can afford YouTube Premium.
Narcissism, how self-obsessed and egotistical are you? And then sadism. Like, how much do you like to hurt people? So you can see if you're high in all those traits, you're not a good person.
What if you're low on some of them? Then maybe you're like a troll.
I think I was when I heard this part of the video, I got a little bit afraid because I feel like, you know what, two of those I think can describe me right now where I am in life. I'm not a sociopath. Obviously, I have empathy for people. Love you, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
I was the next one, Machiavellianism. That one scared me a little bit because I read, and we're gonna talk about it more as we make videos. But I read Machiavelli, The Prince. I have it over there. But I think all of us have some point here. You know, we're on the spectrum of all these traits.
I think so.
But I think what he's saying is if you're up on all four, because the last two are the most the extreme, right? How much do you like to hurt people, and how much empathy do you have towards other people? I think those are the two that determine if you're a bad person or not. What about you, Rap? How do you feel in those four, the dark tetrad?
I guess let's start with the first one, the psychopathology. I don't know if this counts as that, but when I watch videos of people getting hurt because they're like doing stupid stuff, I have no empathy. I'm sorry, but
maybe you are. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of that.
I feel bad for them a little bit, but maybe you are higher up that scale than you think.
Yes, just not people who put themselves in really
I can see that.
dangerous positions.
Like I said, it's a scale, right? What was the next one? Machiavellianism. How calculated you are.
So, in my group of friends, not this one, but in my other group of friends, I love playing pranks. I love trolling them.
I think to a degree, the older we get, the more Machiavellian we get.
Oh, okay.
Just by wisdom, in terms of we can read other people. And we start plotting, making plans because we're in the grand scheme of where we want to get to in life, subconsciously or not. It's like the 48 laws of power. I think if you're a person who really gets attracted to that, probably you have higher Machiavellian traits.
I'll read that book one day.
One day. And the next one was narcissism. I think we all need a little bit of narcissism to care about yourself enough.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it becomes narcissistic when you are... There's a level you're infallible, right? It's everyone else's fault but your own. Well, is there a difference between ego and narcissism? I wonder. Let us know in the comments below.
I don't watch these videos. I've never really thought of it like, does this apply to me?
Oh no, yeah, we're literally freestyling this. I just watched up to like the dark tetrad, and I'll save the rest for when I watch it with you.
Gotcha.
But no, let us know in the comments below.
I know who Jocko is, but I've never seen his video before.
Wait, what the last one was? Sadism. How much do you enjoy hurting people? I hate hurting people to a degree, unless you hurt me or people I love.
Yes.
Again, something I'm working on, right? Like, if you hurt my buddy Rap here, I'm gonna find a way to hurt you while not getting him in trouble. Is that Machiavellian? Is that sadist? I don't know.
I think it's Machiavellian because you're not even calculating anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
I think, but yeah, like that's the same thing with me.
I think what we're gonna do on this for this channel for this show, we're gonna make our own light tetrad. Join the tetrad.
Bright tetrad, yeah.
We need a name for the people who comment in the comments. The good tetrad. Let's continue the video. I want to get to the part where you
got some issues. And obviously the higher you are on the scale, the more you're out as a predator. And then they showed these guys, individually, videos of 8 women who are walking down like a hallway from behind. So you don't see their face. You can't really judge their face. You're just purely based on how they walk. The question was, had the woman that you're seeing walk, has she been victimized in the last 5 years? So they watch a woman walk and then they say, do you think that woman's been victimized in the last 5 years? Guess what?
I think
the guys that scored high in the dark tetrad, they could identify ones that had been victims.
Damn.
You shake your head because that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, very frightening.
If you get victimized, do you walk differently now? You see what I'm saying? So that could also be a secondary thing where you've been victimized, so now you walk differently. Those people can read it more easily, but everyone can read it. That's what hit me. It's like no matter who you are, you can sense what attitude the person just by the way that they are walking. Based on their gait, their stride length, the way they shift their weight, how much your feet move laterally. There's all these little details. So people that the perpetrators would look at and say, I probably wouldn't assault that person. They had something called that they called organized quality. So the person just looks organized.
The hell is that? I thought he was going to explain each. Oh my God. We got, what's more now? Come back to part 2. I think just to tie this up in a bow a little bit, I think you made a really good point about, I think if you try to carry yourself with confidence, you're going to end up looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you try to carry with these big steps like you're Vince McMahon, you're going to look ridiculous on the street. And then you try to overcompensate with your clothes, like an alpha male kind of guy, you probably will look ridiculous. And I think the point here is, for this whole video is, A, be aware of the dark tetrad. Be aware that the world is not safe. It is not, it's unfair, yes, but it is what it is. We can't control that. We can just control how we react to it, right? So knowledge is power. I think the more important thing is to embody confidence within yourself through martial arts training, through affirmations of yourself, to working through your trauma that you had in the past. There's no shame in saying you have trauma. Make yourself a confident person, and I think this stuff will take care of itself.
And just to kind of add to your point there, how you carry your trauma, that makes sense, because if you can't be comfortable with yourself, alone with yourself, then how can you be comfortable out in public?
If you have trauma, it's okay. It doesn't make you weak, right? You got to work through it. You got to reach out for help if you need help. Anywho, that's all I got. Next video?
Yes, next video.